Welcome back. Happy New Year. If you can see us on the live, Charlie is with us. He's just a baby. So we're all learning to work together. He's been a very good guard dog. So if anyone likes to bark, or you'll hear him at the door, but it is New Year. It is 2021. I've had a lot of change in my life. We've been growing like crazy, and a lot of change with him, you can imagine. And this year is going to be the year to remember. 2021 is going to be the year of change like you've never experienced before. And I want to talk about that today. It is a call-in show, 1-800-930-2819. I had a little bit of a break. Many of you know, I know many of you tried to call in, and it's important when we're moving and working with a lot of groups and energy that we restore and replenish our own energy. So I did take a little bit of a breather there to be able to do that. I'm just going to put Charlie down so he can go visit with his little buddies there. And so it's extremely important. So thank you. And this is going to be quite a year. What do I mean by that? I want to talk about change. But first, before we get in that, I hope you got a copy of my new book. I know many of you have written to me and let me know, God, where are you? It's me. Yeah, it came out before Christmas, but we are starting on January 19th, the book club. So if you want to join us for 4 weeks, it's every Tuesday for 4 weeks starting January 19th. And it's an hour. I believe it's 7:00 Eastern time. And we're going to talk about what you discovered, things maybe that triggered you. I know a lot of you sent me great emails and testimonials, and I love hearing those, because when it's the kind of book you can just open to a page and get something from it. And many of you had said that you opened a page and you went, oh my God, that's exactly what God had for me. So if you've ever felt a little lost, or this is the year that you're going, what is going on? I'll talk about that in today's show and really help you. So the book club will be good for that. You're not going to be alone. We are here. We are a community that will show up and help you. It's really time for major transformation, and like never before. So this will be the year that will go down in history. Not last year, believe it or not. It'll be this year. And why? So a lot of people, especially if you're listening to this, you've woken up, you're aware, change is happening, new things are coming forward. But this is happening on a global level. So this year will be civil unrest. This year will be things like countries going to war. This year will be a reinvention of the monetary system. It's happening, but in a big way. It'll be the start of all of this. It'll be the year that probably mainstream media has to be looked at very differently, and a lot of the manipulation will come out. It'll be the year around the world. This is global, guys. This isn't just local. Governments are going to have to be forced to have a lot of different change. And our US friends, you're leading that in many ways. There's going to be a lot of change, a lot of upheaval, and a lot of people won't understand. But what you need to understand, and even social media outlets, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see, as we saw last year, a lot more truth. And so you can be free. You are a sovereign being. And during those revelations, and as they come out and you see it, it can bring a lot of uncertainty, a lot of feeling of what's going on. But this is why I created the community the way I have. So no matter how you join us, you have support, and you need support. And my job is to always empower you with tools. And that's what I do in every area. And I like to. So yes, I shift the energy. We work together. For you to be empowered and say, what can I do, or what tool can I use here when you're feeling that way? But you're not going to get through this year if you're not connected to community. I don't care how you do it. There's so many great people here on Transformation Talk Radio. There's great people all over the world, but you need a place where you can not feel alone, where you can say on that Facebook post or somewhere and say, hey, I need some help. I'm struggling. Because you have to understand what's happening in the world. And I experienced this in my own life. What's happening in the world right now is we are letting go of patterns that we've had lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, because we've only ever worked in this very heavy, manipulative, draconian energy. And over the years, people have been waking up, right? You've seen it, in every every decade. You've seen it on some level, but it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So we're kind of in that little bit of a gap, right? Between letting go of the old, that we're not going to function that way anymore, and opening to the new, going, well, what does that look like? Because we've never been in it. And change can be very difficult for a lot of people. It can be very hard because we get comfortable, right? I always say you want to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I see it in my own life, like when my business changes, and this I've seen it through every business I've had, is that, and I see it in my personal life. I've seen it throughout my whole life, and you have too. Saw it recently again. We've had to change things in the business. When you grow, you got to keep changing things. Everybody says they want growth. Everybody says they want change. But the reality is when it comes, people are going to not want you to change. So every time I grow or change something, I always get pushback for, a selected amount of people that say they want you to grow, but don't change the way they want it. Now, how many times has this happened in your life? So it happens in relationships. And here's the key: you got to not care. You got to love them, but not care, because they just want what they want. They don't want what's best for you. And this is what's going to go on a global level and on a local, in your own body level. So this is where you got to really, really dig deep this year, because it's going to feel a little like you're on a roller coaster. So, but the more connected you are, and the more you have support, the easier it's going to be to navigate and stay very neutral and stay in your lane. I always say this is a year about dreams and integration. So back to the change, go look in your life. Every time you grew and actually made a real change, look at the people that were having issues with that. Well, why do you need to change? Even simple things. Why do you need to change your hair? Why do you need to change and move? Why do you want to change your job? Like all these things that people bring up, right? Why do you need to change how you do that? Like I remember when I went from not doing 30 one-on-ones a week sessions, I had so many people, they were so angry. But I'm like, I can serve more people by teaching you and being in a group, which is where my soul wanted to be. It's where God wanted me to be, not stuck just in behind a desk, being chained to it for the whole week and not fulfilling my soul. But they wanted what they wanted. So this is what happens, is that you need to celebrate other people changing, but also yourself to change. And it can be hard to care, not care, right? We care, we do. But you got to say, okay, go deep within, say, God's doing this for a reason in my life and in the world. So if we look right now, 11:11, if we look right now, a lot of these structures have to be dismantled. And even though you don't like them, even though you've maybe complained about them, you're so used to them that you know how to work within them. So I hope you listen to that. You're so used to them that you know how to work within them. So when they change, you can freak out. And you can freak out very normally at the people that want to change. So you can say, don't like what they're doing over there because it doesn't fit my reality. Well, if it doesn't fit your reality, then you may want to just flounder. It's like how I talk about the boat. We're all in the boat working together and going together. But many people are in the water. And Spirit showed me the other day, I did a Facebook Live. You can find it if you're in the free membership. It's in the gift section. I put it up there. Or if you're in the Facebook group, you can find it there. And afterwards, I was having a clearing, and we we were talking about 2021 and lots of clearings and activations. And Spirit was really clear. It's like this year, because it will be the year to remember. There's going to be ups and downs, even with what they're saying with the virus. Lots of truths coming out of there as well, which is good because we need that. It's like being in the boat. So I always say it's like Noah's Ark. So we're in the ark, but we're upon the water. But if you've ever seen those shows where the boats go out, the fishermen go out to sea, and the waves, right? The waves are like, they're just crashing on the boat and they're holding on. Now they come out the other side, but it may feel, oh, we got a little bit of backlash there. It may feel like you're just holding on for dear life, but you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And this is why when we come together in community like this, you are okay. Like I look at the people in my Miraculous Academy where I'm there 5 days a week and they're posting, I need help, I need a shift. It's for that time period and they are okay. And they know that we're riding through this together because it change is always a little uncomfortable. It really is, but it's really, this is the time. I'm telling you guys, we're going to get to the end of this year. It's going to be a blank like last year. And you're going to look around and you're going to go, wow, look at how much in the world came out. Like, and also with change. So think about this in your own life for a minute. If you have a perception of how something is, and you then want to look at where it is. So say, pick something in your life that's your perception, like something is just going to be this way, it's harder to change. And if you look at what the flip side is, it look at what the glory is, look at what the perception of the glory is, then what you can do is start to flip that this is really good. So let's look at the dismantling. Like if government had to change and start to be dismantled because it's too fat and it's too blocking and it's not serving humanity, it serves itself. You look at the monetary system, it serves a few, it doesn't serve all. So what if, and I was saying this on the Facebook Live, what if you can look on the other side and see what the blessing is? If this gets dismantled, there can be, don't go into the fear of, oh, they're going to have more control over me. Go and look at, wow, we can have something different over here. We can have something different show up, which will be so incredible that will create a new reality. And that's what's important to remember. So how are we going to something better? Not, oh, could this be more doom and gloom? That's fear, trauma in the body. So your bodies are going to be way more responsive this year. Your bodies are going to be communicating to you a lot. It's going to want to start to dump a lot of fear, a lot of trauma, a lot of terror, which I work a lot within our community to release it and let it go. It also is doing this to connect you stronger to the God of your understanding. And without that connection as number one, that's where you're going to wonder, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to transfer to something new? How? Well, how is we come together and we say, change is a miraculous thing. Change is going to bring me to the new level and the new layer. Thank you, God. And change is going to bring all of humanity. So this is a year. So I say, hold on. We're going to be here for you every week. We'll be here for you. If you're in the community, come join us in the Facebook. And yeah, definitely come and join me into the book club. It's a way for us to get to know each other a little bit more too. And for you to see that we can get through anything. It's going to be a pretty incredible year. So we're just going to hold on to the boat. Off we go. All right. So I think we're going to go to the phone lines. I think we have Sophia on the line. Olivia, is that correct?
Yeah, we've got Sophia from Canada.
Okay.
Sophia, you are on with Tracy L Clark.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Tracy. Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. Same to you. What's your question
Thank
today?
you. I think it's more of a request for a shift, but also maybe perhaps a question in terms of, as you know, I've made the decision to leave my job
Amen.
and focus. Yes, it's been a long time coming, and you've been so supportive through all of that. And now I just feel like my energy was all in that corporate world, right? That was what I dreamt about. That's what I thought about. That's what I woke up to. And now it's like, okay, and I know I want to do my own business, but I still feel an attachment and energy going towards there subconsciously, and it's weighing me down.
Yeah, what it actually becomes in the body, I get chills. This is a really good question. We can start to disconnect this. What happens in the body is the corporate world was your routine, right? So you knew how to deal with it. It's where you got up. I call it I said the other day in the Miraculous Academy, it's like the Monday morning, what's happening, right? So the body's braced Sunday night to get ready for Monday morning, right? So there's an energy there, a collective energy. So you've been in the corporate world, it's a collective energy. It takes about 6 months for that to come out of the system, but we're going to speed that up. I think we can get it to 3 at the most. So doesn't mean it can't happen sooner than I mean at the most. So your body, it's almost like a loss, because even though when we don't like something, it's a loss. It's looking, going, well, wait a minute. Where's this world? Wait a minute. I don't like this, but I get up and it's not there. So the body actually feels like it's missing out because it's been there for so long. So let me start. Just think of your old work for a minute. Thank you, God. We're going to start to disconnect the imprints and the cording to actually all the people. So it's showing the people you worked with, the patients you worked with, like everybody that you had contact with. And we're also going to start to not only dissolve their imprints, but all the imprints you left behind. Okay. So we'll start to get rid of those as well. And it's because you know this area so well, we're going to actually build a bridge to transition you to the new, your own business. So taking the skills you learned there and a lot of what you learned not to do, and we're going to transfer them over to your business so we can increase the body, because there's a few fears of like, how do I say it? It's like your energy is trying to take all the business and like the whole puzzle and do it all in one night. So it doesn't happen that way.
Right.
So we're going to slowly just build out the puzzle. It's like one step at a time so we can strengthen the body for calm. So a lot of that's sitting in the solar plexus. So let me just start to remove that. Thank you, God. How does that feel now when we go into that space?
Good. I'm burping, and that's good. I'm definitely feeling, and I kept hearing cut the cords, and that's exactly what happened. So that's amazing. And I think part of it also is something around self-sabotage. So when
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah.
Like you'll eat something, or I'll just stay up and watch a show all night, or instead of focusing on my business and seeing that I'm so blessed to have this opportunity, and it's a program, but I self-sabotage.
Yeah, what it is, it's the fear of action. And I can see that. So what I was going to say is we're going to actually put a different level of layer of support behind you and understanding. So it kind of sits underneath the tailbone. So almost like you're sitting in a very sturdy chair. So we're going to put that behind you. Thank you, God. So we can strengthen that for you. So it's just that fear of the new. So not having, like I said, if you had the whole roadmap in front of you, step by step, you would find that would disappear. So what we have to do is remove the need to know what the next step is. And we're going to open this, thank you, God, for this strength of just, it's like every little day. So it won't go into self-sabotage. It could go into a little bit of overwhelm, but it looks like it's going to leave fairly quickly. You're like, okay, this is just something new. So know how I was saying at the top of the hour, when we change, the body can feel like it's going to, like I said, watch TV or go do something else, or anxious because it's just never been there before. So we're going to create this, that it's a safe space. So one of the things you can do is when you do the reset, let go, thank you, God, is also look at it and say, this is fun. I've never been there. So when it comes in, start to get in the space, start to really think about and feel all the aspects of your business you want to put in play. Even if it's a year down the road that you put in play, doesn't matter. You're putting the seeds in, and that's going to actually grow your garden a lot quicker. How does that feel?
That feels really, really good. And I'm like, no, that's too soon. I can't think about that. It's not going to happen now. So I like how you said planting the seed. And I think allowing myself to have this time, I said give myself a week to just come down from the go, the survival mode. Allow myself to enjoy this, exactly what you said. So that feels really good. Thank you.
Yeah. And you may just even like I said, take up to that 3 months, and that's okay. Like you need to take some time. People feel they got to jump from one to the other, but this is a blessing because this is also doing it right. And one of the things I do, which works really well, you can take it or leave it for everybody listening, but one of the things I love to do is, so some of the programs I have launching this year, I wrote them down over a year ago. And I knew I couldn't do them last year because I needed to get the book done. I was getting the reverendship done. We were rebranding. Like I just physically wouldn't be able to do it and give all the care that I love to give to all you guys. So I wrote it down over a year ago. Even the retreat center on the island that I know a lot of us in the community talk about, I wrote that. I have the whole map. I have exactly what I want it to look at, how I want it to be, how I want to own that. And I started writing that over 5-6 years ago. So I have it still. It's like, okay, God's going to put this when it's ready. So if you do that, you have the seeds, and then it's ready to come out. And now what you're going to do is, if you keep your little scribble book and you keep building that out, dream building it, you're going to go back and say, I'm going to do this. And I can see it. I can see it in your field. You're going to do it, but you'll do it better than what you thought that would be. And then you'll keep just morphing and changing. And the problem you're going to have is your practice is going to be just too full. And you'll be like I am. We're going to have to keep making changes because you'll be like, I have to make changes so I can keep helping more people. So I'm actually really excited for you because I see a lot of good crossover there. So really, really, it's going to be really good for you. Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That I'm smiling from ear to ear, and actually, what I'm seeing, my eyes are closed, and I'm just seeing black coming out of the bottom of my spine. I don't know, but I'm just seeing
Yeah.
that, and I feel so amazing. Thank you so much, Tracy. So much love.
Yeah. Thank you, God. I love you. Yeah, it's
Great.
just the old
I
residual,
love
the
you too.
corporate stuff going away. I love it. Okay, we're going to quickly go to, I don't think we're going to take a break today, so we'll try to get to as many of you as we can. If we can't, I am going to do another call-in show next week. I'm going to focus this month on just letting you guys call in, letting you get the shifts, because I really want you this year. Like I said, I want to help you focus on your dreams, help you get there. And, you know, you got to show up and say, this is my dream. Just like Sophia said, this is my dream. So these are the steps she can start to take. And the areas that people forget, even though I see, feel, hear, and shift in the energy, my strength is actually, my world was business, buying and selling businesses. I sold my first at 26. And in finance, I was in finances and alternative investments for a long time before I came over here. So I learned a lot. That's why I focus a lot on health, because I restored it myself, and your wealth, because you need to be financially set, whether you like it or not, guys. You got to get on that train, because you don't want to struggle anymore, and you need you want to have freedom to keep building what you want to build. And then, you know, but number one always is connection to God. So we want to make sure you guys are all taken care of. All right, so let's go to Laura on the phone.
Yeah, we've got Laura. Let's see. Laura from Oaksville.
Hello.
Laura, you're on with Tracy L.
Hi, Laura.
Okay. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I just wanted to say thank you, because with your support and being in the community, I was able to take some big steps, and I finally launched my website before the new year on the 30th. So that was exciting
And amazing. I was blessing it. You were so sweet. You sent it to me. I was able to just see it. And, you know, I'm so proud of you, because this has been a dream of yours for a long time. And I know it's scary to take the action steps, and you did it. Yay.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. And I couldn't have done it without being in the community and the support giving me the courage to do it. So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm doing the fast, and I feel really tired right now. The night before I couldn't sleep. I think the energies are through the roof, and so I had no sleep. And then I got some sleep last night, but but for my body, my left ankle keeps on swelling up on me. It's my whole left side. I had blood clot in my leg when I was a teenager. A nail went through my knee, and I broke my foot in 5 different places. So it's all, my ankle keeps on swelling up on me, though.
Yeah, a lot of things happening here. I'm actually glad you called, and we can give this shift to everyone. I'm going to actually we're going to, thank you, God. We're going to start to open the lymphatic system a little differently. So the left is also, looks like it's swelling, because you've also made a lot of these changes. So there's actually terror trauma in the body. So that is happening for sure. We're going to release that though. So let's, thank you, God. I'm going to actually stabilize the right and the left, and we're going to bring that swelling down. Thank you, God. We'll start to command the system. It looks like with the terror it's in it, like it blocked up, because it's had a lot of trauma. It's had a lot of, so moving forward, you're excited about the new dream, but it looks like that's that in between I was talking about. You got the new coming out with your website and stepping into your gifts and being that light in the world. And then you've got this old world that it looks like it really wants to hang on. So as the new energy is coming in, it really plugged the whole limb system, which is a lot of flow of life, right? So let me just start to release the terror. When I say that, how does it make you feel? Because I know you're doing a fast. If you're in our Miraculous Academy, we're doing a fast together, FYI, for 2 days. So that's what she's talking about. Like, we like to do fun things like that and support each other through it, because they're no fun to do on your own. So when I say that, Laura, how does that feel right now? Because I know your body is tired, because it's releasing a lot of bacteria, I can see as well.
Yeah, I feel just lots of, how do I explain it? Like tingling down my legs.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to use the spiritual salve that we use to actually go through the lymph ducts and the lymph nodes and the lymph channels. It does show to do this today, only for today. It looks like only like you just need to do till you go to bed. If you can elevate your leg a little bit, only because what we want to do is I'm going to strengthen the hip socket. So the flexibility in the hips of moving forward into something new. And I'm going to remove, it doesn't look like you have a lot of reference points in your family ancestral space around business. Is this kind of your, this is
No,
your, you're like the first person to say, I'm taking my dreams, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. So that's also, there's an energy that's stuck. You can see in the legs and the hips around, oh, wait a minute, I'm stepping out of my family lineage. Well done. Way to go. But again, there can be a lot of resistance on the subconscious level because now it's really leaving them behind, right? It's really letting that go. So I'm going to adjust this for you and remove, thank you, God. Well, God will do it. We'll do it together. We're going to remove that accumulation of energy here that got stuck in the body. And then I'm going to open up the blood flow and we're going to speed it up a little bit faster. It's just like you got these plugs. Like it looks like, you know, if you plug your drain, we just got to start to unplug them and that you're safe and we'll keep pushing you up there. So don't worry. You know, we got you. Okay. Thank you, God. I'm very proud of you. This is a huge, so you need to understand it's like the way they show it is like a little kid kind of holding onto a blanket saying, don't take my blankie, but that's your family pattern. That's the family history. And you're like, they're like, don't take my blankie. And you're like, I gotta go, bye. So yeah, just the resistance there. That's okay. So there was a little, and you probably felt that when you launched the site, like a little scary, but a little excitement, right? So
Yeah, it was. I was having panic attacks. It was like also like buying the Bitcoin for the first time too. It was like I've heard you talk about it for 4 years, and it took me so long to finally do it.
hey girl,
The
you did it.
anxiety was intense.
Yeah, but the anxiety is intense. Like for everyone listening, okay, Laura, I'm so proud of you because I've known you for a long time and you've done the work. You've done the work. You've shown up. You've changed your financial pattern. You've changed everything. Like you've listened. And when we do something new, you just said it. It's scary, right? When you're like, I got to learn about this. She keeps talking about it. And we shifted it. It was scary. Didn't it feel scary?
It was so scary.
Yeah. But was it scary
Really
in the
was.
end?
No, I was like, wait, this is really easy. Wasn't so
Easy.
bad. Like I was like, what? Why was I freaking out so much?
Yeah. And look at your wealth vibe. Your wealth vibe this year, like it's literally hitting new levels, new strides, and all that. So you did exactly what I love to teach is you took the information, you took the energy shifts, you said, I'm not going to play small in that family pattern anymore. You did the actionable steps. And now this is that year you can see you're already starting to be rewarded for it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, well, I did the big step of my jobs too,
Yep.
right? And so, but I still have like I'm still working, but I'm not in the same position. But anyways, I landed the easy button job, so it's turning into like a passive income
Yes.
at
Yes.
the moment.
Yes. And that's what it is, right? I say the easy button. We always teach, right? The easy way, the easy way.
Yeah.
And you were doing it the hard way for so long. And finally you said, I'm important enough. I'm ready for the easy way, which gave you a new financial setting, gave you new financial flow. Now your investments are going to be this year working very well for you because you set them up last year and you did it. Like I'm just, you're like a poster child of what God says, shake the tree. You shook the tree. You shook the tree. And
Yes.
for listeners, like I just want to say this for Laura, you've had a lot of challenges. You've had a lot of pushback. You've had a lot of times when I know you were like, I am giving up and I'm out of here. And no matter how much resistance, and when you changed, look at how many people came against you. Look at how many family members came against you. And you said, no, I'm staying with God. I'm staying with what I know. And look what you created because you did that.
I know. It feels really good. And I couldn't have done it without a community. It's so important. It really is.
It is. And I just love you for it. I'm so proud of you. I just got chills and beaming because this year I can see it for you. We're going to get the swelling. That looks like it'll go in like very quickly here, but you have the email in the Miraculous Academy. So you're going to let me know how it is in the next 24 hours. And then I'll take another peek for you. And then, yeah, I'm really excited. This year is you're going to look back at this year while a lot of people are like, what just happened? And you're going to go, yeah. You listen to the cryptocurrency, which is the whole new way, guys, of the financial systems moving over there. So if you don't know about it, you want to get in the community and start to understand, because it's unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, the monetary system's changing. So this is the biggest time and the best time in history, and the only time in history we're going to see these kind of new ways of being. So it's pretty exciting. How does that feel now, Laura?
I feel like I'm floating.
Yeah. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
That's what it's about. So
Thank
post your
you.
website up on the Facebook so everybody else can see it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Right. Love you.
Lots of love. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Hi, sweetheart. Okay. We're going to go to Magdalena.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got Magdalena from Kitchener. Magdalena, you are on with Tracy L.
Hi, Magdalena.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, Tracy.
How are we today? I know we had to give you a kick in the butt this morning. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm still adjusting, I think, mostly.
Yep.
But I actually wanted to talk to you about what's come up as a result of everything that you've been talking about, specifically about dreams and plans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All good things, and they make perfect sense. And when I sit down to do them, I can think about it and I can make logical plans. Not that they come true, because they're just like, my plans.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't have the feelings that keep me engaged with those plans. And every time I sit down to make them, I go, why bother?
Yeah.
What's the point? It doesn't happen for me.
Yeah. And then it goes into the self-sabotage. Okay, so let's hang on a second. Why bother? So there is a heavier energy we can remove that's like, I want to call it stuck to you. I won't make that a little bit more complicated than it is. So we'll start to remove that. Hang on a minute. And again, there's needing to be that kind of self of where your transitional of energy was, becoming a new mom and putting all that information in there. So let me just anchor that in a little bit more. Hang on, which does require your attention. It's like I've had children and now I'm a dog. They require a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hang on. Except the dog.
Burnt out at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then you're tired at the end of the day, for sure. So there's a part of that. There's a little bit of the distraction energy. And then it's what we're going to start to light under you. And we're going to start to move this a little bit different is, let me see, going on your own, but not going on your own. And then making sure we get direction nice and clear. So you're still molding how you want to show up. And that's why it looks like it's feeling very disconnected. So I'm going to actually almost like overthinking it. So when we're overthinking, we get disconnected from the feeling. And there's been more feelings of why bother than there has of like excitement and joy of creating. So let me adjust this. What does that feel like when I say that?
What does that look like?
Yeah, like how does that feel when I say that there's been more in your life of why bother than just, moving into that creation energy?
Yeah, it is 100% accurate. And I feel like it's kind of this loop of like, I have no clue as to how to create something, or like I have nothing to anchor to, I think, which is, good, because I know that it's a unique offering and I want to do something that's different. But at the same time, like, if the creative flow isn't there, or the time and attention that I require to stay focused on it, which, I have an idea and then I don't have the time or the energy to follow through for 2 days, and then the energy's gone, and then I have to try to anchor into it. So I'm constantly, like, I feel like I'm just going in circles.
Yeah, like you're
making
trying
no
to push
headway.
it.
So.
Yeah, you're pushing it. So What I want you to do is a similar thing I told Sophie is I want you to start to write down when you get the ideas right now. I'm going to spin a little energy because I've got to disconnect. There's a very heavy energy through the lineage of why bother, and it does hold you back. And then it's like, then you feel like you're sort of alone, but you know you're not alone. So there's all these, it's like watching a blender kind of go through, which I want to start to remove that. Thank you, God. Get the clarity through. And where I want your first step to be, because I like to use steps, is I just want you to write what the ideas are down. Okay. I just want you to write them down. And it doesn't matter if you don't get to it right away, if it takes 2 days or 3 days. What I want you to do is write them down. And then you're going to look at those and you're going to say which ones you look like you're going to get, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which one on there, thank you, God, has a strength that you actually want to mold. And just sit with it for a little bit. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And I'm going to activate the heart center a little bit differently so we can get into the heart, because it looks like you're trying to go too much ahead of thinking versus flow, because that's new to you. That's foreign, but it also looks a little scary because you're not trusting fully what you're receiving, and you're not trusting fully in the body of what you're feeling. So you've to survive the terror trauma in the body was disconnection, right? To survive. Now you're bringing, now you want to take your connection to God and connection to body to make connection with your work. So I'm going to bring these three together, and that's the next action step I want you to take. How does that feel when I say that?
I feel a little nervous, to be honest. Again, it's kind of like jumping out of the plane without knowing if you have a parachute or not.
Exactly. But you have a parachute. And that's the thing that I was talking about with the change today, is that it can feel like Laura was just saying, I want to throw up when she launched her site, right? Or I want to throw up when I'm saying something because, oh my God, because you've never seen that. You've never experienced that. So there's a little softness coming in. And I actually see spirit giving you like a little teddy bear. It's a little brown teddy bear. And that's kind of cool. And it's like, you're okay. We got this. So that's that energy of just childlike faith and play of you're safe. So it's like, you're going to probably get a few more experiences, it looks like, with your own spirit team that will give you that level of safety. Does that feel better?
For sure. Yeah, I feel like I've got a little bit more room to breathe.
Yeah, you will. There's a lot of shifting coming this year, so you're not alone. We'll help you get through that. I just want you to start with your list now and see how that feels. Let's go there first, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Tracy. Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year. Lots of love. All right. We're going to go to Allie next.
Yeah, let's see.
We're trying to get to all you guys. We'll see what we can do, but we may run out of time, but don't worry. We're going to be back next week. Same thing. We're not going to leave you because there's a lot going on this year.
We've got Allie from Minnesota. Allie, you are on with Tracy L Clark.
Hi, Allie. Did we lose her?
Allie, are you there?
No. Maybe we lost her. All right.
Allie, are you there? Hello?
Did we find her?
I guess not.
No. Okay. Well, she can call back in if she likes. That's all right. Give a call back in. Oh, we must have lost her there. Okay. We're going to go to Norm from Toronto.
Okay. Norm from Toronto. Norm, you are on with Tracy L Clark.
Hi, Norm.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
How are you?
Fabulous.
Good. Yes. I thought I'd give you a quick call, Tracy, for a request for prayer for my friend's son.
Yes.
Jake, I mentioned him to you before. And he's back in rehab, and he's having some major struggle. And so I thought I'd, give you a call. And I've been, working on him, balancing his electrical field and moving things, energies known and unknown. And so on and so forth. But just thought I'd ask suggestion as to what else I could work on for him, and if you could also help him and have some insight maybe as to what how we can help him.
Yeah, there appears to be a very deep internal and I'm going to say it so it might upset some people, but there's a very the word they're using is you got to remove the very demonic forces and energy that don't want him to be free. So he's been like a feeding ground for so long that's the internal struggle. So it's what I'm going to do is we're going to start to remove that, thank you God, and give him some blessings, but we're going to also override it with, like, you can see it's like looking at someone very trapped in there. So he's definitely screaming to get out, wanting to end this, wanting to move, but it's literally that dark and light, very similar to what we see happening on the top of the whole planet right now, right, with the dark versus the light. So we'll start to actually remove that, and we'll start to pull down and command out that spirit of addiction, which, coming in, which was created from some very, very young, extreme, and I want to call it terror more than trauma in the body. So we got to start to remove those levels of the terror. And there's a lot of pressure around the heart, So I'm going to run this. Well, thank God we'll have his angels there, but we're going to do this very slowly because that we don't want to have to a space of too much overwhelm. So you can feel the pressure. Have you ever tuned in and looked? Like, he's got a lot of, I want to call it very dark. That's that demonic black energy around the heart, because it's terrified. Like, it doesn't want to go, but he's terrified to let the trauma go, or the terror, like that deep terror. Do you feel that when you've been working on him? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll start to dissolve and liquefy it for his highest and best interest, and allow him to take what he wants to take. Thank you, God. And God can go work there. And I'm also you can see the Christ energy is very strong there. So that's a lot of healing and restorative, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And so we're going to start to release it, but we're going to do it slowly. So under all of the care that he's under, that he doesn't, sometimes if you release this stuff really quick, people don't get this. It can give them two things if you're not right there, just so you know. It can give them the total epiphany of, oh my God, I don't need this anymore. I'm super light. I want to do this. I'm going to just let this free. And they literally have these instantaneous sort of remissions. The other thing that will happen is that if it goes too quickly, it can send them spiraling. So we never want that either, right? So we ask for what the body's willing to take, and then for the best outcome, for the quickest recovery. Does that feel okay?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's great. And how often should I work on him?
It looks like give him some days to integrate. So every 5 to 7 days, if you want to pop in and do another, prayer blessing, if you want to even put something up on the Facebook group and get the group to go through and, give those prayer blessings and then boost, then we can help you and support you as well.
Okay. That's great, Tracy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have an incredible day. Glad you called in.
Okay.
Lots of love. All right, we got Allie back on the phone. Let's go to Allie quickly here. Oh, we're getting to the top of the hour. We're trying, guys. We're trying. Okay.
Yeah, we've got Allie from Minnesota. Allie, you are on with Tracy L Clark.
Hi, Allie.
Hi.
We found you.
Sorry about that.
Okay. It happens. But it's your time. What's your question?
So I am reading your book, and I love it so much. It's opening up a lot of things for me. And as I am opening up my new business and learning emotional freedom technique to coach and make courses for it, I just feel this wave of imposter syndrome and limiting beliefs, worthiness, all that stuff that I'm just trying to banish and release. But all these old stories keep popping up, and it's kind of crazy. So that's what I'm just trying to remove so I can move forward. I just kind of feel stuck in the mud right now. But I'm ready to soar. I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to make the money I want to do, but it just feels stuck.
Yeah. And also, okay, so excellent. So you also have a lot of, this is what I like to teach people. And I'm going to adjust this slightly for you and you let me know how it feels in the body. So I like how you say, thank you for being honest, like imposter syndrome. You actually don't have that. A lot of times we'll go to that. You don't, because you're starting your business. The problem or the link here that we have to reconnect is you can learn. So I say to people, we learn all of these things in life. So you're going to do EFT. It's part of something you can anchor into, but you also have your own uniqueness that God gave you. You have your own space. And what I would suggest, because this is going to get rid of this all, and I can adjust this if you like, so I'll see how you feel, is you take the teachings you have and you integrate them with the teachings and the knowing that you have. And then we strengthen that over to your business, because then that becomes who you are. That becomes a way of you communicating. Because it looks like if you take and say, okay, I have EFT, which also is fine, but I'll tell you, it's slow. And for you, it'll be slow. And it's fine. And it's great for people waking up, great for you learning, like awesome, not knocking that all, but you also move quite quickly. So there's part of that. Don't get stuck in, I need to have this set in ABC to launch this, because your energy, you can move it quickly. And you know how to move it quickly, but you're afraid to actually just tap into your knowing, similar to what I was saying to Magdalena. When I say that, like you're not trusting yourself enough to say, okay, I know this. You want to do the business. You've started the business because you know you have a light and a unique gift, but you're terrified to use that. What comes up when I say that for you?
Just, yes, terrified. And I think part of it might be, there's all these talented people out in the world. And when I watch and listen to multiple people that are like in that space, it just kind of confuses me more, except you. You kind of opened the gates for me, I would say, in the past 2 weeks with your book and finding you. So, yeah, that really rings true for me.
So I'm going to start to remove what I call the comparisonitis thing. And it's easy in this space. Okay. It's very easy in this space to think everybody knows. And I've gone through this, so I know exactly, okay, I'm going to probably start to gag because it's going to go in your throat. So if you know how I work, I'll gag when I clear certain things for people. So you want me to gag actually, but it's great. So when you're in this world, and we're surrounded by lots of different people that do what we do, or you see it, or you listen to it, and then you compare and you're like, well, why me? Or why me? Or there's so many people out there. And this is what I have to pull back in you, because you started comparing, which will be like, it's like, that's the biggest negative energy that comes from negative spirits and people that don't want you to succeed. Because the reality is, here's the truth. We live this, we breathe it, we see it, and then we think everybody knows it. So why bother? The truth is, this year is the best year for you to start your business. And hang on, I want to tell you what I'm seeing, but I got to clear this as well. So I'm going to go really quick. Hang on. So I'm going to remove this. So what's happening with you is very common when we're in the space, but I can tell you there is a much bigger population out there. And I always joke about this, who doesn't even know what grounding is. They don't have a clue. You say, well, do you know how to ground? And they go, what is that? That's like 75% of the population. It's like how, how social media engineers. So if you watch something on YouTube, all these other motivational speakers will pop up, right? They engineer what you're looking at. But as soon as you start to integrate something different, then all of a sudden you'll see things totally outside, because they engineer to what you're looking at. So your focus has become a distraction from saying, well, that person does that or they do that. No, you have a uniqueness. And that uniqueness, we can start to align to attract the people that you want to serve, the people that you want to be with. This is what we do in the community, because the reality is there aren't enough of us out there helping, even though it feels like, oh, is everybody on this train or is it too late? It's not. And when people are going through civil unrest and there's wars and there's monetary changes, what do you think they need to know? They need to know how to get connected.
Right.
What do you want to teach them? That's what you want to teach them. Yeah, how to be connected. So I'm going to remove the fears, the doubts, and I'm going to also remove a whole bunch of other imprinting. You have I don't know if you look young. Like, did you do a school project or something and they laughed at you? Like, do you have a moment that came up where you went and did something or at a past work and somebody laughed at you because you have this, like, let me hide behind a screen going on?
I just think that in my past corporate life, a lot of people never took me seriously or my work seriously. And the corporate world never felt the line for me ever. But just throughout it, I just think I was always looked over type of
Yeah.
thing.
That's a very similar energy. So I'm just burping here. So I'm going to remove that and we're going to override that. Thank you, God. So I want to start to speak in this system to empower you, to expand you, that it's like you're just going to stay in the middle, your lane. So you're going to see things going on to the left and things going on. It doesn't matter. So again, every day it's, what do you want it to look like? How do you want to incorporate it? But I'm going to tell you the big piece that wants to integrate. I'm going to pull it in. It can feel very uncomfortable and a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, God. The big piece that wants to come in is molding it your way, using all of this information and pulling it your way. You don't need to have a certain thing, say, to anchor, but you can take that as an anchor and mold it your way. And this is the biggest thing I say to people, and they see it because you have a uniqueness. You're different than me. I'm different than you. We all have that uniqueness. So, and you're ready. You have a lot of life experience you can see that you can use. And you genuinely get happy when you see somebody else make a shift. So that's very good. So that's where I do look for that. Yeah. Some people don't. They're just, yeah, you're actually in the right space. It's almost like now I'm just going to give you a little push. We're just going to push you over the door. How does that feel?
That feels good. Thank you.
Yeah, expansion. So let me know how that is. And hopefully we'll see you at the book club.
Yes, I'm signed up.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun for a couple of weeks, and that'll probably bring the book is imparted with stuff. So if you feel emotional reading it, it's just letting it go. And I've done it that way, and so it'll release imprints and patterns. So with the shift today and reading through that, and you can open to a page, and then we'll be shifting a lot over the next 4 weeks too with the book club. So that should give you a better foundation to get you ready. So make your list, like I said to everyone, and get your ideas of the business, and just just say, thank you, God, I'm staying in my lane. Thank you, God, I'm staying in my lane. Thank you, God, I'm staying in my lane.
Okay. I just got chills. Okay.
All right. So much love. I'm so happy you called in. Okay.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Have a wonderful day.
You too. You know, we are at the top of the hour. I can't believe it's gone so fast. So if you are on the phone still waiting, I'm so sorry. Call in next week. I am going to come right back. We are going to keep doing the call-in shows for a while because I don't want to leave any of you guys behind. Again, if you haven't gone to the book club and signed up, January 19th, God, where are you? It's me. It's just like Ali was saying, there's a lot of things in there to give you hope and for you to see you can do it. And, you know, people say to me, during change, what is the biggest thing? I like to make things look easy, but you know what? It's not always easy. And some days I have my bad days too. I'm a human being. And I will tell you though, my bad days, they're few and far between, but keep changing and keep growing. And people are always going to be naysayers when you change and grow. Don't care, don't care. So check us out, tracylclark.com. Come for the free membership if you want to. There's some little nuggets there. You can follow us on Facebook, where you need your prayers, your blessings, Instagram. And if you really want some great support 5 days a week and have some access to me a little bit differently, and come to the Miraculous Academy. You know, I love it there. We spend time together, and you'll find a community, a real community of people that will help you and support you as well when you're feeling a little bit lost. So none of us can do this journey alone. And 2021, you will not be able to do it alone. You will find it'll be a very difficult journey. So as I believe it was Sophia said, or maybe it was Laura, one of them, but the easy way, I think it was Laura, we're going to choose the easy way. So this year, easy way. All right. Have an incredible week, everyone. And I will see you here next week. Same time, same place. Superpower.
powers and connect at light speed and live your extraordinary life. Tune in every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where together we will unlock the secrets of your body and your life. As the founder of the Body Regeneration Academy, I, Tracy L, will provide you with the insight and simple tools you can apply right now in your life to move you forward and leave the past in the dust. To join the Body Regeneration TLC Online Academy, make sure you check me out at tracylclark.com.